What's going on, everyone? This is Andrew Mayer. I'm a freshman at Penn State University, and I'm a cybersecurity major. I'm currently starting out my journey within the IT space, specifically in information security. So, this YouTube channel and blog combo is going to be a way for me to show off how I'm learning the different skills that I'm gaining, the journey to becoming a professional. So this blog on dev.to is really going to be a way for me to explain new concepts that I'm learning, give sort of a long form explanation for different things that I am coming across, and also that in tandem with my YouTube channel, which you're probably seeing this on, is going to be a way for me to show off those concepts in a visual way. I also have a GitHub too, and the GitHub is really going to be a way for me to manage the projects that I'm working on, as well as back everything up. So I have a copy of everything that I'm working on. All right, so the first concept that I'm going to be talking about is SQL versus NoSQL. And basically, what SQL is, it's structured query language, and it is used for relational databases. And we're going to be talking about the key differences between that and NoSQL and their best use cases. So, like I said, SQL, the language is used for relational databases, and they're typically table-based, and these tables are related to each other and interconnected with a predefined schema. So typically they're very easy to set up, and it imposes a structure and organization within the data. So it's very easy for you to relate the data that you have. Another benefit to SQL is it allows for flexible queries, versus NoSQL. We'll get to why the queries that you can make. Typically, NoSQL databases are non-relational, and rather than being a table-based model, they're focused around a document data model. And rather than having flexible queries, NoSQL databases provide flexible scale and a flexible schema. So as you go through, you're able to change the way that your data is structured. Another pretty big benefit to the NoSQL database system is the flexible scale that you gain. So typically the difference in scale is with SQL databases, you're scaling vertically. So in order to improve performance in the system, you're going to be making the machine faster. Typically, relational databases exist on one machine. There's no partitions, and you're able to continue to add on to the existing system that you have. There's one node to that versus NoSQL scaling. You're able to scale horizontally and continue to add nodes to your system, so that as your data set grows, you just continue to add more machines, and you're able to expand that way. So the reason why you're able to do this for NoSQL databases is that there is a hashing system, where there's a formula, and the formula determines what node your data exists on. So when you submit a query, the formula is able to determine where it needs to pull the data from. And thus, you're able to have multiple nodes versus one node in a relational database. Lastly is the data types that exist on SQL style and NoSQL databases. So for relational databases, like I said, they're table-based, and the tables are interconnected to allow for flexible queries. And NoSQL databases, they're not just document based, but you can have multiple different types of documents. Yes, they can be tables, but you also have key value storage as well as graphs and standard documents. So you're able to have a greater flexibility in the elements of your database. So if you have a undefined access pattern or you want flexible queries, SQL database really helps with that and fits that mold very well. It's also very well documented. It's been around for a while, so you're able to have a lot of support with SQL databases. But if you have a defined access pattern and you know the key so that you can get to your data and you want to be able to expand relatively easily, NoSQL databases allow for that because of their flexible scaling. All right, that's my quick comparison between SQL and NoSQL databases, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.